Alrighty, internet. I'm Venus. Welcome back to our Genshin Impact, and hopefully we'll be able to do the story quest. I do apologize for the sudden ending to the previous stream. Unfortunately, it was no longer feasible for me to continue. I am hoping that I can do these quests and unlock the big boss.
No one's joined me on an adventure.
So before we do that,
come on, let's go.
I should kind of continue on where we left off, which is with the teapot.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
You can summon it basically anywhere there's enough room, just like pretty much everything else, which is always a good sign, always a good thing. Sometimes though, when things are too tight, you can't interact with the thing, but that's not a big obstacle. So here we are in my teapot realm. I have over 5,200 Adeptal Trust, which will define your level.
Maybe.
If we go into here, you can see how much coin has collected over the hours when I was doing other things, and I am ranked 3. And clicking the cup, I can select that, and it will go there. Of course, there's a 900 maximum in my jar of riches, and I get 16 per hour. And I'm currently queen size. I need 6,000 to get to the 20 per hour rank. Maximum is 20,000 and 30 per hour.
Maybe.
One thing that's certainly recommended is if you go over here to the furnishings, every day you'll be able to access 5 of these vials of Adeptal Speed for a total of 50. You can of course buy these if you want, but the blueprints are more recommended. And if you know what you need for a set, then you can do it that way as well.
Maybe you're.
And there's crafting. It takes usually a long time to get to things. Oh, this one is almost done. It doesn't make sense to use one of the things there. And this will be done in 5 hours. I may as well leave it actually. Which means that I wouldn't be able to craft anything. My realm is kind of a mess right now. I just plunked down a bunch of stuff there to get bigger stuff. This shows like the well that I'm working on is part of that, and this shows how much more trust level you could get of that. I need another one of these to finish that one. E-table. East Clouds East of Bishu is one of the things that I think I got the blueprints for. I plunked in one of these. 2 weathered bamboo fences for that. I know how to do the lighting yet, or that's probably something they'll give me later. Need 6 of these. Something else. This might be something that I can build. I just want to bring up my notepad. I can take note. Bush. I own 3. Yellow sandbear tree. I don't own any of those. Or concealing leaves. Hiding gravestones, I have 2. I only needed 1. And recreation stone. Is it the tree I don't have? Yeah. Green fountain. Yeah, they're hiding gravestone. And peculiar knotwood tree. Of course, I would also need to build the. Well, unless I buy it, but I don't get the. No, they are the blueprints, so I would also need to build it. Concealing leaves. I didn't note that down, I think. Oh wait, I did. No, I still have things in my queue. So it's not worth trying to build stuff. Yeah. Pets, of course, are worth more trust. And let's go around. I've got different buildings down.
Adventure time.
I put my tea set over here. And you can sit in any of the seats.
Off we go.
You cannot, it should be noted, farm resources from any of the things that are in your realm. This is the festival item.
Someone needs assistance.
Oh. I've got a teapot merchant, I think.
The one before you is known as Jade Seeker. One travels far and wide, seeking naught but to witness all of the treasures this world has to offer.
Ooh. What do you sell here?
Encounters with fine treasures cannot be forced. This is something that only fate may decide.
Oh, I could get it. Cliffchase Boulder Palace Steps. And just furnishings. I should try and get something from one of the others. Currently, I don't have a whole lot of coin either. Those are found at the wild. Even when placed in the safety of the realm within, they still maintain their alertness, being the moment anyone draws near to them. Paimon is beginning to feel that her dreams of riding a boar are now in jeopardy. At least it would be safe here. So now, I didn't want that one. If I go back into placement mode, and I can use the WASD keys to move it around. Where's the front of this? Can it not be on the steps? Gonna be like a guard cat. Save and then get out. I'm now at 5420. It's still not enough. Let's actually try to get into someone else's teapot, I think. There's a chance that destroying the mutation stone will not remove the buff from opponents. Definitely work on that in the Goba thing. Ooh, something from Delik. This year's fruit harvest is superior to previous ones on every front. I wanted you to experience the fine flavors. And the first opportunity, so I've mailed you the choicest apple cider. You'll find it enclosed. I trust that your travels are going smoothly. You will undoubtedly encounter the unexpected from time to time, where the most important strength is knowing how to adapt. With having a capable assistant as the second, I've seen how you handle things. Quite simply, it's remarkable. Thus, I need not worry about how you are faring. You have many admirable qualities. In particular, your ability to unite people is awe-inspiring. These days, I often find myself drawing lessons from you when reflecting on myself. This is a novel experience for me, but also an enjoyable one. I am forced to conclude that I must proceed forward with greater determination, though we may not share the same end goals. Our paths are intertwined nonetheless. Thus, I shall join you on your journey.
Leave it to me. All of it.
I
Whatever
would
it is.
like
What
him
exactly
to join me.
is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
Felix uses some pretty formal language. For this event, I have my code in the description if you want to use it. And we now have the ability to favorite and save meals. So I've done that with all of the birthday stuff that I have.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
So that's cool. I wanted to try to get into somebody's teapot. He's the only one online right now. Let's see if he'll let me in. Looks like he is. So in someone else's teapot, you can speed up whatever they're building. And if the merchant is there, you can buy stuff from them too. And of course, different people have things set up differently. Let's see what happens if I talk to his stuff. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if the merchant shows up on... Yeah.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
No, he only pops up to interact with you. He has all sorts of bridges, but I don't know if he... Can we go to places? No, it seems to be off. It makes sense.
Someone needs assistance.
Oh, maybe you can only do that once. Also, there's some places where you can do stuff. People? Oh, they've got the dog down. So you can forge stuff on your own, and there's an inside thing, portable stove that goes inside. I like the way the dogs interact. Right. How do we go back to
Come on,
mine?
enough procrastinating. Let's go. You seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
What happens if I do then put my teapot here? Or cannot use in another's world? Hmm. I thought I would be able to go there directly, but I guess not.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is. What exactly is it? I didn't quite catch your request.
I don't know if this is the fastest way. It seems like they were able to get in pretty quickly. But okay. I hope there's enough room up here. Yes, my thing is kind of freaking out, but hopefully it works. Yeah, a lot of waiting. At least you don't have to actually be inside to make things work. Over the game. You already went
Someone
to
needs
my shop,
assistance.
my merchant.
The one before you. Ah.
Now he's going missing. That's handy.
do seem tired. Would you like some tea? I'll brew you some. Do you take sugar? 1 cube or 2?
Can I go inside? Do not like.
Someone needs assistance.
Left. So, this is one of the sets that I plunked down every time. You can, of course, sit in it. You cannot, unfortunately, lay down in the beds. And this would be my room, or the main room. Upstairs is really nothing. This is another tea time set. There's the portable stove that you can cook. On the screen here, this is Mona's bed. And this is the office. You can receive people like Jean. You cannot interact with anything on the shelves, unfortunately. They're just there to look.
Maybe you're...
Oh, good, he is in the other one too. These are new. You should create at least one of everything that's new. Let's hasten this. Nope. On first building, you can get more trust. I need 2 of the blues. Oh, I can do 3 things in it. Let's see, the well is the other thing that I have, but it doesn't count as done yet. It will, though. Create one of these. What else is? Nothing else? No, I can create one of these for the set. Let's see. Unfortunately, it doesn't show what you have for the set unless you pick it back up. Well, I need... oh, 3 of these. I need 2 more tea tables.
We
The
have
cat
put
and the
in
dog are moving together. You can transform. Increase max punishing Q. But spirit transformation. Oh, she already changed. No more potions from here? So, let's give other stuff. I guess because you could do it daily, and your coin is going to always increase as well. We're now at 16 per hour. Let's learn some stuff. Or maybe just one thing.
we have put in
Wait. This is new. Still putting because I didn't hasten it. I need 2 more of these or 3 more of these. Let's check. Not that one. One more of those. And then I just need to pick up the other house thing in Tisa. It always plunks you down at the
we
same
have put
space. Let's see. Wait. It'll be worth the potion. I think it's a good idea to spread out the buildings, but I could do something with all of these things. And be placed side by side and stacked vertically. I'm gonna actually create. Oh, it can't go there. But I could create higher spaces with that. Rotate. You know? Nope. Just how high can you stack, I wonder? stacking pretty high. But it's not very large. I'm gonna pick this up. That at least looks a bit better. Now, I need stuff from here. Pick. Where did I put that tea set again? Yes. It's too close to something. There we go. What else do I have? Wait, I've got nothing in outdoor furniture. Statue. It can't go like that? What, like this? Wait, did I make... Oh, that's something different. Let's look for a good place for that. Obviously, it's too large. There. I could put it down here. I didn't want all the buildings to be clumped together. Oh. How close are we to the other building? Anything else? Ah. Little gate thing. I think I plunked everything down and I can start focusing on the quest that I wanted to do in the first place. Unless I've got something that goes inside. So outside alone I have 3,490.
catch up.
I think the main building is the only one you can go into. Unfortunately, can't go into that one. But as you saw with Lily, you can climb all over stuff. And other things that I went down the gate. This lion. Ooh.
We have...
There's stuff in here? Nope. I thought it was glowing, so there was stuff inside. Let's see if there's something I can put down inside. If I can do 100. Let's see. That I haven't made yet. I need permission for that, one table and one rug. Table and chairs seems simple enough. This I've made one of. I've made one of. This I've made one of. This one might be good. I don't have a lot of potions left, do I? 7. Unless I want to wait for it. This is fine. Assuming I have the blueprints for everything, which I don't think I do. Let's go with this one. All I need is some of the stuff that I already have. So the stove and the bookcase. And the stove should be here. Click. The bookcase is here. Click. Go back into the main room. Merchant thing, so maybe we want that up front somewhere. Should be like that. And something can be on its other side though. And there's a door on that side. There we go. Fortunately, you can't take up the stairs with them. I think it might take a moment for it to update the indicators for what you have, because I no longer have that furnishing there. Save. Well, now, of course, this is over here instead of over where the other thing was. I'm just 40 short, I guess.
We have put.
Let's see if we can push that.
We have put in.
That will actually give us 60. So that would push us over. Possible to create? Just create another set. That one I can't make. I need this. This one. What was it that I needed? In peculiar knotwood tree. I don't have the color of the wind either. That's worth 80. I'm creating that one. I could buy 2 colors of the wind.
We have.
I kind of prefer... get, could only get 1 of something. Is there something I need just 1 of to complete a set? Oh yeah, that. Or the peculiar knotwood tree. I have one. I need 2. Let's try. I just need to go to my trees. be easier if I could just select the ones that I want. What's the one that I do want? Green fountains. I'm hiding. It is so hard to find a certain stone. I don't want to pick up and then put down a whole bunch. Did I put everything into the same area though? Ah. I have 2 green fountains. Just have to find them. It's not in any set. I keep forgetting which one I need to rest to move around. Let's see. Just in case. I have concealing leaves. It'd be a bush type thing. Not a tree. Here's one. Guess good luck finding a place to put everything. Where's the rotation? I've got to plunk down everything that I picked up. Nope. Victory. Why is the load now red? It's just not enough.
We have put...
I'm still 20 short. Oh well. Let's wait for this to finish.
We have...
I really should try to put something else though. I thought I learned... No, I only learned one bed. Make 2 of these. Now we can return to signal there from here. Really? Okay then. I could either use the map or the teapot. Doesn't matter where we port in, I still have to do engage the quest. So trying to push to 6,000 didn't quite work out. I could have plunked down the statues, but I'll maybe wait instead. Don't really have to be in any rush to it. You do get primo gems later, but well, quests and stuff. Plus, I'm pretty sure I've been going through my wood faster than I should be. We have to go to the ship. Well, we have to go across water. We do have a specialist. Assuming there's a smooth transition because she can trip over anything. Wait. Or I could use chaos. Again, you need to be more or less on the same level. Let's activate these.
Anfang's Ironmongers, here to serve.
Question is, where can we go from?
Ahoy there!
There's a beach right there. This is going to be quite easy. Achievement earlier. Another achievement. But I do need to bring in...
Osmanthus wine.
Not now. One.
This is how it must be.
I do have her significantly under level though.
Scry the sky.
Anything around here that I could find useful? There's a tree. I wonder if I can get anything from it. Nope. Our dashes do end pretty quickly. Not very useful. From here? Nope. Alright, Mona, you're up. There's a thingy here. How am I gonna do anything? We have something stamina, right? I didn't make a whole lot of it. Really? I can't use it again for 5 minutes. That like did nothing. Oh, let's see if I can climb up this to get to somewhere where I can stand. Ah, you seem a bit out of place. I just climbed aboard. I'm already here, dude. It was just about the most unconventional entrance any visitor has ever made to the Pearl Galley. I'm just here to have a look. Well, you're no different from any other guest in that sense. Everyone comes here just to have a look. And they like what they see, so they stay a little longer. Before you know it, they can't drag themselves away. Nevertheless, despite the impromptu means by which you arrived here, you're an esteemed guest from afar, and we welcome you as any other. It would simply be bad manners to show you the door after you've just arrived. But we can't let you break the rule, okay? Otherwise, I'm the one who will have to answer to the boss. What rule? There's a simple and straightforward rule. Guests are only allowed here by invitation. Most who sneak in despite knowing the rule are petty criminals with dubious intentions. Don't fret, I'm well aware that you snuck in by accident. Just fully unaware of the rule, you're no criminal. All the guests you see here are here by invitation. By the boss's rules, they have the right to invite other guests too. So if you're planning on dropping in more often, your best bet would be to mingle with the guests and see if you can talk one of them into giving you an invitation letter. Challenge accepted. Smooth operator, I like your style. Okay, I'll be waiting here.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
I guess Mona's not getting an invitation anytime soon, is she? But I see Zhongli. Although there are several people who would be invited
Let's
here.
make haste.
I believe I've had the pleasure. Don't tell me you're a new guest. Well, can I just say it's wonderful to meet you. Whatever it is you do, I can see that you must be at the top of your game. Thanks, so far I'm just looking for an invitation letter. You didn't sort that part out before coming on board then? That's... I've got to hand it to you. You are definitely an outside-the-box kind of thinker. But forgive me for being frank, but an invitation letter is not the sort of thing one can go around begging for. I at least try to be somewhat selective in my choice of invitees. I'm sure you must be able to understand. You wouldn't invite anyone?
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
Oh? I didn't think I would see you here.
And why is that?
Are these two your friends?
Yes. I do have some questions, though, for Mr. Zhongli.
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around.
But did you see Ningguang just now?
Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
Oh, I am curious what you all might have to say about him.
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views.
No one knows better than him, though.
We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
The first one. Really curious.
First Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time. Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Teyvat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
Yeah, but who knows if a coin that's been around thousands of years ago would still be around.
According to my research, as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token.
So, your theory, who would have it?
For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
Except that. The Qixing are supposed to have their power by their own virtues. You do know what we just recently went through, yes?
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing.
I'm sure it's just a coin.
Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement.
Yeah, weapon enhancement and talent enhancement and anything enhancement costs more. Now we know we're actually using it in order to boost things. Wait, this stuff is expensive.
The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power. My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense decade-long research. That is, that the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
Didn't he use it to make a house?
A dagger and a sword?
Well, buy the book when it comes out to read the full story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue, and the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign.
I don't think so. Anyone who thinks that and goes after a dagger and a sword is going to find themselves in the world of surprise. I'm sure.
I can't say I agree.
He has no polite way of saying that they're wrong.
Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade.
So it's not literal.
The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis. As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
Sounds nice and simple.
I think that Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss the Lord of Geo's profound foresight?
Sometimes things aren't profound. Sometimes they are practical instead. And Rex Lapis was more practical than, say, Barbados.
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Which they're not going to take very well.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
So we can try this again. Or we can say, actually, we did this before. Let's do this.
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses. The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Except not anymore, huh?
Oh. Huh.
It's like you're telling someone else's tale.
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Yes, and he retired.
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
Oh, it's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
I'm just here for a good story.
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. Let's go.
Does she respect him, or is there something else? Oh, now it started. Oh, now that we no longer need anyone for the guest list.
Short, so eat.
A walk would be nice.
Which way did she... Where is the ocular? Probably up, right?
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
Not down.
Rise!
Oh, where did it... That's not useful.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
Oh, there it is. That's right here.
Gather!
Far enough away? No.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
A bit further back.
Crumble!
No, I didn't want to put it exactly there.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
That works. What is this thing? But those are her favorite flowers. Yeah. Up there. Really, there's an easier
Life is
way to
short,
get up.
so eat, drink, and be merry.
I mean, I could climb this thing again. Somehow I get the idea that it doesn't really work, does it?
Life is short, so eat,
Quake!
drink, and be merry.
I did get up for a second.
Crumble!
There we go. I made a bridge.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
Okay. Oh. Person brought you an invitation letter and handed it to me. Ruin. There you go, I took the water route. Oh, okay. Also, how did I miss this?
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet. Your argument just now exhibited acuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective.
The most subjective person of all is also the most objective.
So I have a question for you. Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Not necessarily good or evil, they just sort of were.
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Unless they weren't all under contract with him.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
That's not what he's saying.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
You look a bit embarrassed.
No, it's just... Where should I begin?
Only speaking at the beginning.
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
Fetch remember?
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon. There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
Also sans a mask, but not generally see Fatui take them lightly.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli, with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my own consultant while I'm in town.
Well, if you have a contract, he'll be amenable to that.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes?
You think it's best to be cautious.
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
Of course you would be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
You may not just need scholars.
That will give
Let's
us
see
a
what
chance to
companies-
continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
I don't really know anything about archaeology.
This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures.
Do you think it's a matter of that?
It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait, this is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
But this friend of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Should I make the compass for finding treasure?
Oh? What talent?
If my friend espies a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Wait.
Well, that is quite enticing. All right then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore.
That's what you're after?
An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprises we may find.
God's limb? This, by the way, is before the other Archon's quest. Before we will be reunited. But this sounds like it would bleed in. We're going to the stone fortress first. You may as well drop in there. Oh. All right. It still has a loading screen though. Well, this is where for the... Oh, right at the edge.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same.
I still have those. What happened to the other quests?
Same as I remember. But where are those who share them?
Am I supposed to go back to the teapot? I'll do that later. Stone. Virtue. Wait. Was that where the battle took place? We were up in the air, so really hard to tell. They'd probably Zhongli here and bring in somebody else. Question is who? I could bring in Yunfei, or I could bring in her for some more balance.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
I wonder if more voice lines, just in general, were added. Let's see what happens.
Stabilize.
Oh, yes, they're actually immune.
Income. Hey.
Geo is often most vulnerable to Geo, but that doesn't seem to be the case here.
Gather.
I like that. We could even go around with the Geocube here.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
Guyun Stone Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the overlord of the vortex.
Those do look like spear impacts, and what's left of them.
After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
These mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
They're a bit upsized from what he can do now.
What we see now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater, both in number and in size. But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, many of them have been completely swallowed by the sea. So besides wind erosion, the initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyun Stone Forest.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
True.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Stone Forest.
Why is his mouth not moving?
Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
So you're saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich?
I doubt any of that is still left behind.
I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? That's all I seek in life.
Yes.
Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best to split up and look.
Okay
Yeah.
then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
I get it. I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here.
That okay was kind of awkward. Otherwise,
The
Zhongli is...
ancient god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Well, go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks.
Oh, come on. Hear that before.
Don't blink.
Crab just happened to walk over. Those are all Denver? Let's take care of these.
No touching.
Oh, that's right. I can use the frozen. Really?
Next on the agenda. Take cover.
Let's take care of the dark shit. Oh, it's still hurt.
We're way behind schedule.
No? I don't think I can.
Why are there enemies here?
Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Let's get up onto our main area. Although... on you go.
I can fix this. Everybody stand back. Let's light it up.
Nice and healed.
Stabilize!
Let's light it up.
Not bad. You know what? Well, I don't know if this will work.
Let's light it up.
Come on. How can I keep missing? It lives off the spectrum.
Access denied. Hey!
There's something here. Not really a fine.
Gather!
Oh wait, it's not going to be equal against them. Grand. Bit too deep.
They're gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromanic monsters... I have a contract, and must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them, and recover the relic.
You can remember you were there. But what does he mean by personal feelings?
Why do they never miss?
Oh, come on. Fine. I'll use my thing.
Let's light it up. Born of ice and frost.
Were they pushed by the boar?
just a stone slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
Which stone slab?
We're way behind schedule.
I wonder if it could reach up there. Nope.
Next on the agenda.
I've been collecting star punches for a long time now. Ever since everyone found out. That's the crap I know. You know, we got some treasures right here.
Stabilize.
Yeah. Any? Oh. Oh, it's, I have to actually talk to them to figure it. I like that better, to be honest. What was the extra slip there?
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
Stop yelling at her.
We
It's not
all
nice.
have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her.
Maybe she's a specialist in another area.
She left me to
Dragon
rely
15.
solely on guessing, I mean experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
You know, from what you said, you're not exactly on the up and up. But in a different manner.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange?
One should lack general knowledge in their field.
And you! You kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
I mean, isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the traditions of Liyue, does it not?
Leeway's all about contracts, though.
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look. Oh, what a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes! This is good.
You're sounding a bit like the other Fatui. What's up?
Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
And why would that be? You have an archaeologist here in Zhongli.
So, it's only valuable for research if there are remnants of divine power on it?
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the god of salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you? You're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
And to collect the strength of the gods or get rich.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the Qixing...
Definitely not a good idea. Oh, so it's interesting. He knows what Ningguang's teacup.
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right, then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt, too, actually. Let's go to Saltarai next.
Better keep an eye on him.
Ugh! You're simply a money grubber!
And what are you, then? All you think about is digging up valuable relics every day.
They're still arguing? Ugh. Let's not bother them.
What do I have here? Probably mining. Yep. Are we still relatively close to... Not really. I want to see how much easier he makes it. So I'll still have to bring in Noelle. She's easily, hands down, the most useful person to have in this fight. Well, first...
This
It's
is
across.
destiny.
Oh, I missed. I missed twice. I shouldn't need a major heal, so put Zhongli into slot 1. And then Noelle.
Oh, how exciting!
And cap off with Beta.
I trust you.
Start off with her.
No touching!
To think that I missed.
Steady!
He really does make quick work with pillars. Where did he go? Oh, he's here. Oh, I mistimed. Let's see if he can do this.
Solidify!
Oh, heck yeah. Not gonna miss this time.
Solidify!
We moved on.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Stabilize!
There are no more pillars. That was probably the most telegraphed attack in the entire game.
Stabilize!
Oh wow, took out two at once. So, probably not
Leave it all to me.
his best. I managed to do it in one. This any good? Attack percent and crit rate, but defense and HP. Might be good for best with the defense for Noel. Plus I got one of these. But I don't see it being useful otherwise. I got the chicken mod achievement for crushing all of the everything in first, and then not needing to do second.
I won't hold you back. Much.
I could do Zhongli and Noel.
Something's come up?
At least for now.
Sure.
Patient for that. To get there. And here's the closest one, apart from the new domain, which I haven't unlocked yet. Why does the furnishing make you wait 20 hours? Not exactly the friendliest thing that they could have. I should at least try to knock out this quest.
Violet grass is a plant that enjoys a moist environment and is best picked after it rains. If you should choose to pick any, be sure to store them appropriately.
I do have enough resin for that, but I should probably save it. Resin. You can use anyone to get more lumber, but I would prefer to use Noel or another claymore because they're the most efficient. That's not build anything.
Let's light it up.
It looks like we have to go through this. No, we don't have to. I'm gonna though. Let's actually see if we can put them into the water bit. Oop. Did he throw a boulder at me? I thought he was charging. Oh, and he reset too.
We're way behind schedule.
Now he's come.
Born of Ice and Frost. Next on the agenda, for Rex Lapis.
Stabilize!
Everybody stand back! Let's light it up!
They do with both. And miss, apparently. I'm a disappointment to myself. We left a boat here.
I heard that Salterai was once the home of the god of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
Why do you think that it hasn't been looted yet? It's been here for ages.
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Exactly my point.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
How would you conclude that it's not?
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Salterai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal.
I guess that's where we come in.
I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt.
It's related to the god of salt.
I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. But I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
You weren't listening at all, were you? Ugh. Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
Have you seen the one around Storm Terrace here?
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
Salt seals the room within, uninvited may enter. Pretty reasonable. Faster to teleport or faster to walk? Certainly not fast as a glide. Sorry, Venti.
It always rains when I go on an adventure.
Is that salt? Since we're dealing with the goddess of salt. I think I saw something at the top of these. Ah, eggs. Oh yeah, I already collected that.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the god of salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
Looks like a cup or one of those braziers on.
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
There are too many sweet flowers here. Huh. All of them were real? I wasn't expecting that.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
Did you do the other thing first?
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
South, east, west.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt. To provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War, this benevolent god searched all across Liyue.
South, east, west, north. Spells out soon.
At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury. And that haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as Sal Turai.
Didn't seem to be a haven for very long then.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long as we can get inside that ruin.
When you call yourself an archaeologist, you should be ashamed. What happened is all that matters.
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you should be able to solve the puzzle.
At first, it looks like we need to clear out the hilly trolls who are here. Good thing they're all wet.
No touching.
And now they're going to be wet.
Oh, the sun's out. When did that happen?
Just now. The southernmost point first.
Let's light it
There's a
up.
chest here. And we should go to the east one. If this is... That's west.
Incoming.
That's east. Where's the west one? Am I not seeing it? Oh.
Don't blink.
And finally, no.
Incoming.
Thank you, Kaching.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth, lost to time.
Want to go along the land, but I don't drown.
Next on the agenda,
So I suppose if I really wanted to, I could have taken out Rosé and made it night.
next on the agenda,
All surrounded by water, too.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyonstone Forest.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
I won't take any either. Neither will Paimon.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily!
You're missing the point.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt. I can't accept this.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin, as well as traps.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then, let's go.
Why does that have a new teleport loop? Oops. Reminds me of something else I glided into. Nope, no lumber from here. Oh, please get off my desktop. Thank you.
Stabilize.
A good thing I can do that. There's Jade here too. I'm going to mark this. Oh.
Rise.
Speed of the... With sword comes shadow. Going in. Don't blink. Speed of the... Let's light it up.
Overload.
Solidify.
Quite efficient, I have to say. Is that all of them? Another violet grass here. I can't really
Solidify.
do that very can. Do we have access to this after the story though? Are those guys cryo or nature? Look like cryo.
Gather.
Yep. They are cryo.
Incoming. Hey!
Really is quite amazing everything in here. Quest line.
Don't blink! Let's light it up!
I kind of wondered if I was still sparking. Could I stun the fish? Almost looks like if you take one of the small characters, you could get through there to something else. Where we can. It's a shame the map doesn't reflect. Good. This is a load and other means too. There. The one that's killed. For having said that we wouldn't claim any of the treasure, we've certainly taken a lot of it. Seal has been broken in both the treasures and the tail of the god of salt await within. Let's see if we get an extra Zhongli.
Oh, how exciting!
Notice when you get a demo version of a character, it can be a different version of said character. So for example, this one is level 71, as opposed to mine who is 70.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same.
He gets the Vortex Vanquisher here at level 1 as well. And 4-piece Noblesse Oblige. Which is unusual. Constellation wise, he's C3. And talents are 5, 8, 5. Whereas mine are still 1, 5, 3. I haven't had the chance to work on it that much. So, Zhongli here is going to be able to erect 2 steels instead of just 1.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Duh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
You seem to be praying.
Solidify!
Let's actually try 2 steals. Oh, it's not recharged yet.
Born of ice and frost.
I'll deal with most of this without that having happened. Bye. Oh, we gotta go up there anyway. But I want to take a more of a look around. If I can. And that. Hey, I wonder how we're meant to climb up here.
Stabilize!
And I could also have done that on the other side. I don't know if that goes anywhere. Nope, too deep in. I was wondering if that would happen.
Solidify!
Nothing right there.
Stabilize!
Really? It wants us to use the steels to climb that too? Oh, of course if you have Venti you can do that. And if you have Kaching...
Speed of light.
I was fixing the nervous posture. Also afraid. Is this different?
Look at this! It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
Have some respect.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Depends on what you want. These guys seem to have spikes through them though. They certainly didn't want that.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I claim this as mine. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
That calms
Then
things
let's
down.
move on, shall we?
No doubt Zhongli knows people. And I know Litro and Abyss Mages. What did I miss? Yeah.
Stabilize.
Especially like that. Bye-bye. Stairs. We also took out the fire. I just have to place the steels correctly. Well, one steel, yes. So even if I had brought in my Zhongli, I would have been able to do that still. Okay, what's this item?
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
You said that about the cup.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed.
Literally.
But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt, much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
Who could possibly need that much salt?
What? That's even better than the salt chalice.
They can do about the same thing.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No,
Next one's
unacceptable.
Clemens.
I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Also,
Oh boy, here we go again.
while we're on the topic of useless people,
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
bad idea.
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
You don't know who you're dealing with. That will be your undoing.
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues.
Solidify!
Incoming.
Oh, he turned into an agent. That's interesting.
Solidify!
Let's make
Order
him sick.
guide you.
Who?
Let's light it up!
I must leave.
And let's heal up the rest of it.
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin. Leave this place.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
I'm like having dealt with Rex Lapis, do you?
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
I hope you never become as greedy as him, or At least we had our garden.
Yeah! Good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
And food.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts.
I guess you have some examples in mind?
When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh? Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Oh, even the archaeologist?
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Oh?
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
I think of it, I've never heard you say Rex Lapis.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
That is what she's grown up to believe, after all.
We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
And so must you.
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Answers and truth. Not one that she's going to like, as he has already. Ooh, treasure chest. If only we had a means to break the web. Other way around.
Solidify!
I can't even get over it that way. But from this side, maybe. Huh. That's much simpler. Not that it held all that much. Another perk point. Let's see if I step on.
Solidify!
this is going to require just this.
Solidify.
Take out the mage first.
This is long overdue.
Stabilize.
Let's light it up!
That's why I brought Noel. You're annoying. Let's deal with you.
We're way behind schedule.
Let's light it up! Don't blink! Hey!
I will have order.
You can still do that even when he's frozen.
Income.
Oh, come on. Back on this statue.
Leave it all to me.
Anything in here? This way we came in. Oh, what's this? You can't examine any more of the statues. We just gotta get the idea. The blade is broken in two places in the
This
hilt.
is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the god of salt had to fight back against the evil Morax. But sadly, she was defeated. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Don't break the contract.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take 2 relics at the same time.
This logic!
Zhongli. She seems like a good person, and no one is fighting over the treasure. How about you let this one slide, huh?
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the god of salt cannot be restored. No matter
What she
what,
wants?
I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
She's wanted the truth, but she's not gonna like this, is she?
Huh?
As he said before.
The truth?
God of salt,
You mean
devote
the
to you.
truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
Right here.
No. No! It can't be so.
The truth does hurt. He did say you wouldn't like it.
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the god of salt!
Didn't you want it to be the murder weapon? Oh, by Morax.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
Not exactly.
Hey! Come back!
Not for what you said really is true, right?
It is a punishment after all. I did not want to tell her such cruel facts, but the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
There are salt lines all along the blade. See them? And the top one is cracked. This way should lead deeper.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Things from something, no doubt suspecting that something terrible was.
Someone needs assistance.
Thanks, everyone. Hey, I'll say that. I hope there's an achievement for examining all of them, because otherwise I don't know what I'm doing this for. There could always be something hidden in the architecture of the level, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Let's see if I can collapse these.
Gather!
Nope.
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
And it just opened. And that was just being treasure hoarder. But there's no treasure, just like Fabria has no swords. Zio, no matter what was once here, not remains but a single flower of salt.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day.
Looks like an explosion.
The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
They killed her. This one was thrusting.
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased.
There's something open that as all those pops up. Not seeing anything like trip.
But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't! This must be a lie. A false history, all of it!
The proof is right before you.
Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing.
Knows the truth.
Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
You seem all too familiar with what happened to the goddess Salt.
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
The people of Liyue will understand that one thing.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone Forest?
Are we going back?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground. Telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
something in his hands appears in the pose of supreme effort. Most of them were just running. Not just yet. Now we can leave. It is a sad story, but all the gods are different. What they do is different. The people who followed Havia misunderstood her and her nature. So the one that tried to kill her, even the people who were within the radius when they were turned into salt for her power. And as for Clement, well, all of his greed, lust for power, turned against him, but he's still alive. And fully expected some more fatigue to show up with him. I'm up to 40 resin again. I won't get to the new boss today. Besides, that will take 60 since I used my discount already for the other bosses. And next time I can do the second quest and unlock Asdare or whatever his name is. I don't remember it exactly. One thing in Noelle's favor, she definitely performs consistently throughout. Fireflies don't want to get caught. You do it anyway.
Let's light it up! Don't blink! Cut to the chase! Yeah!
I don't necessarily have to fight them. Okay, fight them now.
Next on the agenda, we're waiting. No touching. All hail. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Boost.
Steady. As a good knight should.
Do you doubt my power? Well, is a beast.
Someone needs assistance.
I saw a ceiling back there. Curious pet. I bet it's gonna open. No? Up here at all? Would rather not disturb his slumber. Not just for a single, solitary kilojoule. Wait, who's up? I have to go up, don't I? It doesn't say higher though. Am I climbing in the wrong region? I'm definitely not exactly in the right place here. Why doesn't it say higher when it means to go higher?
Incoming.
I'm not going to be able to climb that. I certainly hope where I need to go is like there. Oh, now it says higher. Must be one of the higher stone spears. Hmm. Hopefully I can get that on the way down. The sparkling. Wait. Alright, big sword. You didn't think you could hit me with that, did you?
Let's light it up!
Boom. All damage.
Let's light it up!
With sword comes shadow.
Leave it all to me.
Hmm.
Born of ice and frost. Blaze over. Speed up. Hit. Yeah. Hit. Ha. Yeah. Hit. Huh. Hit. Don't blink. Hit. Ha. Hey. Incoming. Yeah.
Once I take care of your food, you can get me with much.
Speed of
We
light.
don't.
Hit. No touching.
Finally took care of those. You're always killing me, not anymore. Well, I wonder why the Skyrider sword was there.
Incoming.
It occurs to me that it would be a funny effect if you get static
Speed of
thing
light.
to a surface after you use them. I could use Venti to get higher.
Sure.
Gather!
Why isn't it not straight? Because that's all I needed. Oh, may as well speak to him.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
What would you like us to
I
do?
ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method, but unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Zhongli.
Rest them.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You
I'm
are
not a
one
woman.
who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world.
Theoretically,
As long as
I
a
never
traveler
believed
like
it.
you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Tevat.
Why you wanted us to come with you?
Sounds like tough work.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As
Seesaw.
I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes Osial, Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison.
But now you're adding salt to the wound?
Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folktales remain. Osial, you and I were foes. But our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And
Don't
thus
make it
another
salty.
spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Now there are just 2 Zhonglis. But I do have a question for you. It's about Canria.
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
It would be bad for Javier.
We did not measure right and wrong during the days of the Archon War in the same manner as we do today. Of course, as I am now, I only wish that she could have lived in a gentler time. I will remain here for a while. I
Aren't those
fear that
relics
moments of
Consortium
reminiscence,
too?
though
Huh?
the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do have power in their own right, they are nothing before Osial. If a day comes when he should recover his strength and return, I believe that even so, he will be defeated once more.
That's kind of disconcerting. Let's change to someone else.
I will remain here for a while.
What will you do now?
That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer, but now... Yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
New teleport waypoint? What is this? Is it the second part? Oh, that's different. I only need 1 key. Should be able to do... Yeah, there it is. Oh, talking to Catherine is going to launch this. I guess I may as well at least record it. I definitely don't need to trigger something accidentally as I'm walking around again. So I'll do that and then I'll call this stream. People are definitely up, they're moving around, getting to be where I shouldn't be streaming anymore anyway. For now. And I do have 16 days left on the other part. That should be fine for that. I didn't know I had a time-limited quest. Also, what's this? Oops. Oh, the energy amplifier thing. I should learn what this is about first before I record things in it. Yeah, just talking to a rule and chip. Not triggered by a dialogue option.
Catherine, it's us! Any new commissions?
As a matter of fact, there's one that looks perfect for you two. Uncle Dai is one of the foremen at Huishan Hall over in Liyue Harbor. He's hoping the Adventurers Guild can spare some manpower.
What is it we have to do exactly?
I believe you'll be looking for workers.
Ooh, looking for people? Awesome! We're good at that!
I have no reason to doubt your abilities. I'm sure the details can be worked out face to face. If you're willing to accept this commission, head over to the dock and talk to Uncle Dai. Error.
Who are you calling an error? I have reputation rewards. Oh, from the Ocean Pro. I'm looking forward to this one, but I don't know how to do it. To be from a specific quest.
All tasks have been handed out.
In the long run, there's far too little levels in the reputation system. So if you're doing bounties and requests, you don't necessarily have to do quests to get it to level 8. And the inverse is also true. All of which means that you can max out the level, as I have for Mondstadt, and then have nothing else to do there. Why is there a missing person poster in the back there? Who looks there? That means that Amber's placement of posters is really no better. Guessing as well that things are refreshing all the time.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
I always need more. This is very resource hungry game. But in any case, it is about time, I believe, put this to a close. So, if you like what you see, of course, you can follow me on Twitter, although I'm hardly ever there. You can drop me a follow on Twitch. You can like, comment, and subscribe over at YouTube. And of course, we'll have more videos and streams for games and reviews later. Let's see if there's anyone out to read. Pass it along. Raid Tiffany Witcher. You might think is kind of a funny choice, but one of the John Tantros thinks for me. So he is an adult VA, but fairly nice person, and a geek just like us. So thanks again for watching, and until the next video, please do stay safe, stay healthy, and be excellent to one another. Did that one properly this time. And see you in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.